So I'm very happy to welcome you to this event. We are at a very special moment in this project. You may know that we had a number of courses already over the last few years, starting in 2017, first time in Maua, then in 2019 in Moshi, 2022 Christian was joining us and helping me, and then in 22, and we were teaching collaboratively. Then in Moshi in 2023, I was just joining over a distance from Switzerland. Then in 23, 24, we made this online follow-up course over several months, also only online. And then the last course with Christian in Moshi in 2024. In all my previous projects at the Namibian University of Science and Technology and at SIBA in Cape Town, South Africa, there were always innovative teachers who applied the methods taught in their own work. They were the ones who successfully adapted blended learning to the local conditions. And this is exactly where we are standing now in our project in Tanzania. You are now in the process of implementing and disseminating blended learning in your institution, in your work. You are therefore the pioneers for the dissemination of this method. Very important people. Experience has shown that it's much easier to tackle such a transfer process as a group, not isolated and alone. Christian and I have therefore thought about how we could successfully tackle this crucial step. And we came up with this idea to make the registration in April. And as I said, those who have not yet registered, or if you have some friend at your school, for instance, who still wants to join, they can do it anytime. I have here the link that we will also send you afterwards, where you can fill in a survey, a questionnaire, and by doing so, register for the course in August. Most of you have already done this, and that's how we came up with this list, where we already found out how much experience you already have and what you already did, and we are so happy to have a bunch of people who are really experiencing and who are really serious about joining us in this process. For the next 2 months, so end of April and May, we would like to invite you and encourage you to experiment with the blended learning methods in your lessons again. You can introduce elements of blended learning, and we, Christian and me, we will support you if you have any problem, if you want to get some advice. The course materials that we have are already or still here. That's our website, where you have all the information how to do different elements, how to, for instance, create a survey, how to create a test, how to create a website, or where to find learning resources, or how to create a video tutorial. All the information is on the website. So you can always refer to this and try to find, make as much personal experience as possible. In the beginning of June, we will send you another survey, a questionnaire, where we want to find out what elements of projects you tried out and what experience you had. By the end, or by the 16th of June, will be the deadline of this survey. And then we will have a good idea of what you have already tried out, what worked, what was difficult, and so on. And then we will actually try to identify those colleagues with the most extensive experience in blended learning. And we will try to invite them for the first week in August. And these few people with a lot of experience, they will during this week collaboratively discuss together and document some successful experiences with blended learning. We will build a website with lessons learned, with successful projects, best practice examples, and these collection of best practice examples will serve as a foundation for teaching the second week. Once the first week is finished and we will have a number of good examples, we will invite all the others to the second week in August. And there you can show your colleagues how you did this experiments, and can help them to implement their projects in their respective subjects, similar projects. And in the second week as well, we will be able to also document success studies on the website. So by the end of week 2, we will have a good collection of successful blended learning applications that can inspire other people to do blended learning as well. So actually, this time of in 2025, the focus will be of exchange of experiences, of sharing success stories that give you the motivation to implement blended learning projects and elements into your daily business. While doing so, we will have a very good idea of what you really can do. And that's why our certification process will not be just general as it was in the past years, but each participant will receive a certificate with while detailing their specific competences in the blended learning outcomes they have achieved. That will be certainly helpful now for you if you can show that you have really had a practical experience in this respect. That's actually the idea. And I would like to ask Christian maybe to also explain and talk about our ideas. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ernest. That was a very good overview of what we have come from. It's such a long time. We have done this over the years, and that was a really good background, and I also appreciate the overview of the idea. You have said what we want to do, so maybe to emphasize what you have said, we didn't see the value of simply conducting training for teachers, training for tutors, and then we do not have ways to see that it's implemented in the actual practice. So we know that sponsors are paying a lot of money to run this, and we do not see that it's a good idea to just have the training without having a way of following up. So the idea, as you said, is to encourage all of us, not only the recent participants, but even the people who have attended the previous courses some years ago, since the start of this program. We wanted to give support so that we move from the idea of knowing what blended learning is to the actual practice. And this is what we're trying to do. And we understand that some participants attended the course. Maybe they have moved on with other activities. Maybe some others are not. Some others have moved from the institutions. As I have received some feedback. Maybe others have forgotten what they have studied. We want to remind each other and offer support to those who are willing to practice, to try out. So this project has worked, as Ernest has mentioned. It has worked. He has done it not only in Switzerland. He has done it in other countries. He mentioned of Namibia and South Africa, and he also had an opportunity to do it in Tanzania. And well, I am the product of his work, and I've tried this this format. I mean, blended learning when I was in Mwenge and now at Dodoma, and I see the value. It's really helping. So we want to produce other people who can testify that they are now using it in their institutions. So we were happy when we were following up informally. We were happy to hear some of you are already using it. Some have tried with the tests, online quizzes. Some have established the website, and we want to share experiences together and see that we all make something out of this. So I think this is the idea. We don't just want to assume that it was a good cause. We want to produce proof that we are now using it in our actual classroom. So if there are people who are already using it, we believe we can all use it. So I did the emails. I sent emails to many emails, tens and tens of emails to all the participants that we could have their emails. And as usual, not so many people responded. So we are happy that we had a few committed people like yourselves who showed interest, and we want to assure you that we will give you technical support. We will give you support to ensure that uh, you practice what we have learned. So as the schedule has shown, and we send this to everyone, we want to use this time before August to try this idea out practically, to offer support, so that when we meet in August, it will be an experience sharing session. We don't plan to have new people. We want to meet the previous participants who have experienced with blended learning, so that together we can discuss the challenges, the opportunities in August. And well, we may have new participants, but if we have the new participant, we expect that we will be the facilitators. We will be the people who can share our experience. We will be mentors. So I think it's an opportunity for all of us. And I really believe that Ernest, I don't just believe, I know Ernest has been committed, and I know he will be available to give us support, and let us make the best use of this opportunity. So maybe, having said that, I would like to welcome. Maybe I've seen Ernest have sharing the screen to show the schedule. We are already behind time. We thought that we will be starting in early April, and now it's already at the middle of April, so we are behind schedule. So we expected that we will do this for April, May, and probably in June we will be concluding. I understand that we can be flexible because we have July before August, so we'll be flexible to see how it goes. The idea is to make sure that whatever we are doing, we don't just rush. We don't force things. We want to make sure that we move together. We build a team. No pressure. Yeah, we will have deadlines, yes, but we will make sure that we move together. So we will see how we can be flexible to ensure that we meet the goals before August. So maybe the dates can keep on changing. So having said that, I will welcome if you have a question, you have something you want to share, please, you're welcome. So the floor is open. Okay, I see Emmeline.
Yes. Hi. Yes, everyone. Maybe I would love to take this opportunity to say thank you to all of you, the coordinators and our facilitators. Actually, we have learned a lot from you. And some of us, we have started practicing it, and we have seen that it has brought some good reproduction to us. And I would encourage everyone, especially the newcomers who are just joining, to be motivated for what we are going to do generally. But as we said, you don't need any more newcomers, but they are the ones who maybe would be joining, as they would not be newcomers by the time we meet in August. For now, they would take this chance to learn. They would take this chance to explore more, and we corroborate, and maybe they will be engaged with you, mostly the experts, so that they will get time to learn. Whenever, by the time we meet in August, they won't be so surprised of what we are doing, and it will be a great opportunity. So my thing was to encourage the newcomers, as in who are joining right now, to not take it for granted, but to make a follow-up and feel like they should ask and corroborate with us. Either they can come personally or out of, but by the time we'll be meeting, but at least they should see it's something that has meaning and something that is going to make the easiest of teaching at their institutions. That's all, sir, I can say.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Emmeline. Ernest, if you want to say something.
Well, feedback like the ones you have given us, Emily, was actually motivating us in a lot, because we realized that it helps you in your daily challenges, teaching large groups. And that's why I think what you said is really doing it's worthwhile to invest some effort now, because it will also be it will be very helpful for you to do your job. Another idea, I have seen that Gloria Cola, Good Luck, and Ndimi were joining us that are not on the list. So if you need a link to register, just send us a signal, and you can easily register still now. So thank you, Emmeline, for your contribution.
Thank you, Ernest.
Okay. Yeah, Ms. Ndimi.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Christian. For me, I have one concern. As the schedule, that's why I didn't register for the course, because once I see the schedule, it seems to be it takes a long time to meet physically. So my suggestion, if it's possible, we might maybe other days, like the whole week, maybe we could have sessions online like this one for the certain week, maybe the first or second week or whatever. Then to have just only a single day for a workshop that we can meet physically doing this, but not as traditionally that's what we used to be. We have to be meeting the whole week from maybe Monday to Friday. For others, our schedule is very tight. So I think that makes us sometimes to say maybe it is impossible, but I request if it's possible, the schedule also, or the program have to be also administered through blended what we are doing right now, but only we have just if possible on maybe probably on weekend we have the workshops for the whole maybe Saturday. That will make most of us we can participate rather than to be there the whole week. Thank you so much.
Dimi, thank you for your comment. Are you saying we plan for meeting before August? Is this what you're saying?
Yeah, as far as the schedule as you shown there, it seems that we have to meet. There are some days, there are some weeks that people have to meet. Maybe I didn't understand it, but what I know, what we used to do the past time, we were just meeting the whole week. First week, it means every day we may go meet, then we discuss and we do whatever. Maybe this could be possible for the beginners, but for others, sometimes our schedule now is very tight. So it's better to do it blended, like that's what we are doing. Then we have only per week, maybe we could have only a single day for a physical workshop that we can conclude some issues that we have been doing through blended.
Okay. So if you get you, Mdimi, what you're saying in August, it not be possible to meet for 5 consecutive days.
Yeah. It's very challenging right
so
now.
you will prefer to have it the days spread over this time. I mean, maybe we meet several times before August. This is what you're saying.
Maybe my concern is for instance, we say we meet 5 days.
Yes.
Those 5 days should not be physical meeting.
Yeah. I'm getting you.
Yeah, that's my concern. So whatever will be spread over this time or whatever, but because to say 5 days to meet physically is quite difficult for some of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe that's an idea, Ernest. We can think about it and see the best way to handle it. But the original plan was to meet for 2 weeks in Moshi. So we'll have week 1 for experts, and then we'll have week 2 for whoever joins the group. So I think this is also to respond to what Emmeline was raising. We may not really reject the newcomers, but the original plan was to support the very people who had attended the workshop for the previous years, to give support. But we also understand there might be people who are interested with the program. And I think if these people are available, we can arrange for the best way to offer them support, even before August. So, Ernest, if you want to respond to Mdimi, what do you think about what he's saying?
Okay, actually, we were discussing before the possibility that people who are beginners, who have interest, who want to dedicate some time into learning about blended learning, that we should offer them also a possibility. Now, I just remember years ago when we were regularly, every week, we had a Zoom meeting, Christian and me, and some of your friends joined us as well. And we were talking about specific elements of the blended learning project. In the meantime, between the weeks, you were trying to implement it, and then we were discussing the results and so on. I mean, I can imagine if Ndimi and maybe some friends and others who are beginners want to join such a schedule. I could, for instance, every weekend for the next few, let's say 5 weeks, we could arrange for Zoom meetings where I would really go into different details of our course, and from one Zoom meeting to the other, he or they would try to implement these elements, and then we could go step by step and go through the elements. I mean, I have done this with people in South Africa. And I have also done it with teachers in Namibia. It is challenging, I must say, because I can't transmit the knowledge so easily just in an online course. But if those people are really motivated and engaged in trying to implement and trying to find out what works and what doesn't work, it can be done, absolutely. And I am ready to support people like him, or if there are a few more, then I would be happy to do this. Another possibility, I don't know where you are actually where you are working, but sometimes it also helps to find a facilitator who has already joined the course, one of those from the list, if he or she can also support you. But I'm really open. There are possibilities to handle this problem.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and you see the idea of the follow-up calls is to empower each other. So that's why we thought we could produce mentors who would mentor others, who would train others. So if we can arrange for this properly, I believe physical meeting can be very possible within your working stations, and I really hope this idea of producing mentors within ourselves will be realized. So I think we can try it out. So if we have anybody who wants to say something.
But I am sure, sorry, Mr. Christian, I would encourage Mdimi, because Mdimi is not a beginner, definitely. He has already participated on several programs that you have attended.
Okay.
I am sure it won't be hard for him to be one of the good participants, or
Okay.
nothing will be so hard for him. Is Mr. Mdimi right? Am I right, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, you are right. So I have some knowledge about this.
Yeah, at least he has knowledge, so it won't be any. He's not going to encounter any difficulties in any way.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
In this case, I see a very good chance to arrange for certain Zoom meetings over the weekend where we can focus on certain problems that you mention what you want to put into practice for the next week, and then we can go step by step and get more and more experience. I'm quite optimistic that this would be working.
Okay.
How much?
Do we have anybody who wants to say something? Okay. So what do we want to do? I think the email was very clear with what we want to do. We want to see all of us developing the websites, not only websites for practice. We want to see the actual practical websites reflecting what we are teaching in our colleges. We want to see the website with all the information, with the activities, with the quizzes, and with all the resources, as we have discussed in Moshi. So this is what we want to be doing, and we want to hear experiences of not only building the website, but we want to hear experiences from your students. What happened when you gave them the quiz? Was it easy? What challenges did you encounter when you gave work in the website? You uploaded your work there, and students had to find it there. How was the experience? Did they have access to it? Those are the things we want to monitor and discuss. So I think we could start with having a very the well-developed website, and then if you need this support, we talk about that. But also we want to see how we use the website in the actual teaching and the experiences with the actual teaching. This is what we want to be doing from now on. So, Grace, if you have something you want to say about it, yeah.
Thank you. I would like to thanks for this course. If you practice it, it is very, you can see the advantage of the
I cannot hear you, Grace. Can you put, please, your microphone properly?
the learners are engaging active.
Yeah, I can see Grace has a challenge with.
Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway,
so I think she's back. Grace, we couldn't hear you. Maybe you have a challenge with connection. It's understandable. But she shared with us her experience. She has moved in not only from having a website. She's trying out with the students. So she shared with me that she gave some quizzes, and students were responding. And in her context, she had to tell them it's mandatory. The online quizzes are mandatory. And what I liked is when students hear that it's mandatory, they will always find ways to complete them. So I really liked her feedback, because it's more or less like my experience here. When students know that these online quizzes are mandatory, they are part of the course, and they have no way to avoid it, they will always find ways to do them. So that was a very good feedback. So she's already using blended learning in the actual teaching. So I think we can agree, maybe we can agree on when can we be meeting to share experiences. First of all, I would ask all of us to share the link to the website so that Ernest and myself can have a look. So if you can share the links to your websites in the WhatsApp group, yeah, so that we can follow what you have, and probably advice. If we have comments, we say maybe you can add this one, maybe So that could be number one. Number two, we could agree on meetings where we share experiences. Do you think we can do meetings on weekly basis, or maybe we can do them twice a month? What do you think? And is always important. What I know is always important to keep in touch. It's always important, because we have, as Mdimi was saying, we have a lot to do. It's always important to keep ourselves in touch, even though we understand we may not always attend. But at least knowing that there's something going on, I think that would be important. So what do you think? Weekly or twice or monthly?
I think weekly.
Okay.
For me, it's weekly. Yeah.
Okay.
Even I weekly.
And what is the weekend is best, or is it better during the week?
Does it work over the weekend or on the weekdays?
I think over the weekend, for me, over the weekend is more convenience.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Queen is saying weekdays. Do you have a good reason for that, Queen? Queen, why over the weekdays? Okay.
Well, she's muted.
Yeah. So we agree, or we agree that we will always meet on weekly basis.
Yes.
And maybe we can always discuss when exactly. Maybe we should not fix, because I can see some of us would prefer weekends, and we have seen Queen saying she would prefer the weekdays. So maybe we should not fix this. We can always discuss on a specific week. Maybe we can. It could be weekend, the mix of weekend, weekdays. To accommodate all of us, because we don't have similar schedules. Okay. Queen has responded. She says, during weekends, I conduct my weekly quiz. Okay. So she has a good reason for her preference on the weekdays. So if Queen, you're talking about the quiz for the course, so that you have something to report in our meetings, maybe we can always report what we have done in the previous week. So I've done this with when I was starting. I will always do it with Ernest, where I report the previous week, and then we share what happened and so on. So if Queen, you think that since you do the quizzes on the weekend, then maybe it may not be convenient to have meetings on the weekend as well.
But she was just writing that she could also manage it during the morning or afternoon. Then she will be available. So we could actually do it, let's say, Saturday morning. And I would be happy to hear from you if you have a certain topic you want to hear something about it. Otherwise, it's a bit difficult for me where you stand exactly. But don't hesitate just to send us mails about saying, let's talk about this and this for next weekend. Then I can prepare a little bit, and then it will be more productive. In any case, just to finish this very productive discussion, I am very happy to have such a bunch of interested people who are motivated, who are investing all their effort to make progress in this subject. And these are excellent preconditions to improve and to prepare us for a even more successful course in August than in Moshi. So thank you very much for your attendance, and you will hear from us when we meet next time, probably next Saturday, but let's talk it over with those. And if you have suggestions, please don't, please send us these ideas. I think we can finish this, and I thank you very much for your engagement, and we'll see us pretty soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ernest. Thank you, everyone.
You know.